What's up, folks? Welcome to episode 27 of Tales from the Archive on Handelabra Games. I'm Zach from Another Letdown Media and the adjacent Hex podcast. I will be your host this evening. Tales from the Archive is the show where we use the medium of Sentinels of the Multiverse, the digital game, to tell a story of some kind. Some will be tales from the actual Sentinels storylines, and others will be totally original and or based on previous work. For consistency's sake, I do try to match each story up with an existing Sentinel Comics book title, as mentioned previously by either Christopher or Adam or both, but by no means does that make them real or official canon or anything like that. You can almost think of this as the Earth 603 Sentinels of the Multiverse. There will be often times where I deliberately make a play that doesn't make a whole lot of sense strategically, but contributes to our narrative in some way, shape, or form. I will do my best to win games, but even heroes fall sometimes, and that just makes for wonderful and fun and interesting stories. As with all the shows on the Handelabra Games channel, we do believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal is not welcome and will not be tolerated. So, without any further delay, let's open Ye Olde Book of the Multiverse and get this party started. Today's story, as you'll notice from above, is called The Wedding of Maia Montgomery. I think most of you guys know at this point, next weekend is my wedding, and as such, there will be no episode of Tales from the Archive. And planning a wedding is not a small task. Katie and I have been engaged for over 2 years now, and we've been working on making this wedding happen ever since. I'm actually surprised that the stress and chaos hasn't killed us yet. It's nice that we're able to lean on our friends a little bit for help through the process, and my stream agents have been certainly a part of that. We were reviewing the last broadcast of the Letters page recently, where Christopher and Adam were talking about the trick that Wagermaster played on Wraith and Bunker, making them go all gaga for each other, and ultimately revealing that indeed they did have feelings for one another all along. But what they neglected to tell you was about the impact that their relationship had on both their team and the other heroes of of Sentinel Comics. And I'm not just talking about their lack of attention when Megalopolis was being overrun by wagelings, but more about what happened when Maia announced, very suddenly and out of the blue I might add, that she and Tyler were engaged and throwing a wedding in just 1 month. This story comes from one of the irregularly published Freedom 5 annuals, as almost every well-known hero in the multiverse showed up somewhere. Agent Slapshot asked me to mention that notable absences include the Southwest Sentinels and Skyscraper. We're not altogether sure why. The story opens up with Legacy, Absolute Zero, Tachyon, and Unity rifling through a trash compactor at the basement of Freedom Tower. "This is humiliating," grumbles Unity as a gleeful raptor bot tosses a banana peel over its shoulder and onto Absolute Zero's faceplate. "Why are you doing this anyway?" Legacy floats overhead and heaves a discarded refrigerator over his shoulder. "Because the Wraith is a friend, and if she wants a ring made of discarded bits of enemies that we vanquished, then by Joe, she'll have it." Tachyon buzzes around the trash compactor, kicking up bits of detritus and rabbiting on about how useful some of the team's discarded materials could be to her research. Every once in a while, she grabs a large handful and speeds the trash back to her lab. "Isn't this whole wedding thing kind of sudden?" inquires Ryan Frost, using some heat from the suit to incinerate a chunk of metal, and reveals a large hunk of fur that was left behind from the plague rat fight. "Is this useful? I could probably heat it up really good and turn it into some kind of weird and brown and green diamond." Legacy smiles. "Perfect, Ryan! Now we just need some kind of reasonable band." Unity looks down at Mr. Chomps, who is now gnawing on some wires attached to a blue and gray silicon plate. "No, Mr. Chomps! That's dirty! Bad robot!" She moves to take it away from him as Absolute Zero wipes the remaining banana gunk from his visor and thinks, "And Legacy's breakfast isn't?" As Unity is wrestling the strange circuit away from her favorite robot, Legacy gets an idea. "Meredith, where do you keep that spare circuit that Jim took from Omnitron?" Tachyon, without slowing down, replies, "I threw it away. It proved to not be as useful as I thought it would be. Turns out you can't reroute the neutron flow of a quasitronic ion inducer to the power input of a stabilization coupler built for a QA-75 assimilation drone." Ryan Frost looks up from a newly revealed pile of rubbish. "Let's pretend for a minute that none of the people around you speak Einsteinese." Tachyon shoots him a look of disgust and says, "It's broken." "There, see? How hard was that?" A blue glow appears in the background of the panel, and the next panel shows Unity pointing nervously at Mr. Chomps, who is starting to swell up and sprout more legs. "Devra, that's not funny. Stop doing that at once," shouts Legacy, directing a flying smash at the robot. "That's not me, Paul." All right, so game one today it brings us to Freedom Tower, where the Freedom, well, three members of the Freedom Five, the ones that are not engaged to be married, and Tachyon's intern Unity are once again battling Omnitron. Here we go. Oh, I'm talking like wedding band side of scene, not musical band, because that comes into play later. Cult of Gloom, nice to see you again. Is nice the right word? Yeah, sure, we'll go with it. Here we go. Legacy starts out the game with heroic interception, lead from the front, motivational charge, and takedown. Tachyon starts the game with a brace of fleet of foot, pushing the limits, and synaptic interruption. Absolute Zero starts out the game with Coolant Blast, Impale, Isothermic Transducer, and Null Point Calibration Unit. And Unity starts out with B-Bot, Construction Pylon, Flash Forge, and Stealth Bot. Stealth Bot, very appropriate in this. Oh, Cult of Gloom. I certainly hope nobody's going to be super unhappy at my wedding next weekend. Come on, man. Guys, folks, people. All right, Omnitron, do things. I won't say do your worst, because that's just going to be a bad idea. Omnitron brings... Oh, gosh. Electropulsive Explosive. So we've got an Interpolation Beam, which says every time a player draws a card, Omnitron deals 1 damage. Electropulsive Explosive says at the start of the villain turn, this card deals each hero target a bunch of damage. So that's kind of our first priority here. Motivational Charge is a great card. Well, when we last left Legacy, he was... Actually, you know what? Takedown might not be the worst here. Yeah, we'll do Takedown. Legacy slams himself into the Raptor Bot, now turning into Omnitron, and pins it against the wall, trying to dismantle it feebly. Heroes, to battle stations! We must disable Omnitron before it gets too big and overruns the tower. He's going to draw a card. Yes, good. Good draw. Good draw. Alright, Tachyon. Speeding back to her position, pushing the limits of her speed ability. Okay, I know this is going to take some damage here, but we need cards badly. Is it the first time? No, it's every time. Go ahead and Fleet of Foot again. I know this is a bunch of damage, but like having cards is just too good to not do this. Alright. Synaptic Interruption the Explosive into itself. That's a really good move. Noting the Explosive dominating the majority of the room, Tachyon sets up a synaptic barrier in between it and the heroes. Man, I already have 2. Alright. Alright, she's drawn enough. Alrighty. I mean, Impale is just really good because Omnitron's not going anywhere. Sure. And he's going to not use a power. He's set up for a little while. Alright. Pylon, yep, that's B-Bot and Stealth Bot. That'll be great. Building the trash into a giant pylon in the middle of the trash compactor. Unity channels her power through a bunch of garbage and creates a Stealth Bot and a B-Bot. No, it's probably accurate, Cult of Gloom. In before it's my brother. This truck's going to break down or something silly like that. All right. The electro-pulse explosive ricochets off the synaptic interruption barrier and detonates on top of itself. Well done, Tachyon! That's just the attack we needed. I guess not. Sure. Well, that's not super duper helpful. Wait, what the heck just happened? I'm not sure. I just missed something, Seamus Butler. Alright, we're just going to bring out another synaptic interruption. And we'll look at the top of the deck. Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Absolute Zero spends a moment getting set up. Then redirects some damage out of his suit and into Omnitron, getting bigger and bigger inside the trash compactor. Unity digs into a discarded supply crate. And out comes a Swift bot. Yes, you're right. Hooray for misclicking. Whatever. Right, the entry point is still irritating. Destroy all environment cards. Oh, well that's annoying. Ugh. Good gosh. No. There we go. Just smash the drone before it takes effect. That's kind of nice. Whatever. In this case, Omnitron's trash compactor, well, it was kind of an accident. Unity did some stuff that... Alright. This isn't fun. Legacy flexes his muscles hard, pinning Omnitron's drones against the side of the trash compactor. Tachyon speeds around and manages to rip the attack drone limb from limb. Absolute Zero runs more heat through his system, taking damage himself, but also managing to channel it out toward Omnitron, grabbing Omnitron Right where its leg reaches its body. I think I found a weak point. Unity opens a supply crate and starts thinking hard enough to deal damage to everything in the room. Keep thinking, Devra. It seems to be useful. Unity finally decides that she's going to bust open the supply crate. And brings a platform bot to bear. Perfect. The platform bot fires lasers into the repair drone, which falls to the floor of the trash compactor. Omnitron gets big and starts trying to recreate things. Plating. Okay, that's the immunity thing. Heroes, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up. We'll get him in no time. Tachyon speeds around the trash compactor at breakneck speed, causing a small vortex to appear in the trash at the bottom. The damage spirals up. The trash spirals up, catching Omnitron and the repair drone squarely in the face. Sure. You know, whatever. Oh, sick. Another one. We'll keep that going another turn. What is... Sorry. Hooray for wedding stuff blowing up my phone. Oh. That's not bad. Aha. Ryan takes the suit off and directs energy through it and into Omnitron. Oh yeah, drafted plating subroutine. Whoops. What's he immune to right now? Cold damage. That's fine. Why is that? Oh, okay. Read cards. I thought that for some... I don't know why that... I thought that. I'm using Absolute Zero for years. I've never noticed that it changes the heat fire damage that it deals to himself into cold damage or something else. That's just disappointing. Let me get back to you on that one, Cult of Gloom. Alright. Not having a second one is kind of a bummer. So what I can do here is blow up the transducer, put in the turret bot. That transducer seems to be giving you some problems, says Unity, thinking aloud again. Let me see if I can help at all. What? What are you doing? Stop attacking my suit. Oops, sorry. I just wanted to build a turret bot. Maybe that's better? Size. Absolute Zero. Each player may draw a card if all active players draw a card. Well, he's definitely going to draw a card. Okay, that's nice. She's definitely going to draw a card. She'll draw a card. But Legacy doesn't have to. Reveal the top card of the hero deck and either discard or replace it. No. We don't want to discard that. We definitely don't want to discard that. We can just... Hold on. We have that, right? Yes. So we can discard that. That's fine. What does she have in hand? Okay, she's got a bunch of stuff in hand, so we can discard that. Cool. Omnitron. All right. Another ongoing. And an assault drone. The Legacy Ring would be really nice here. Omnitron's drones ricochet off Legacy's flexed chest muscles. I will stand in front of you, allies. Take down this rampaging robot. Tachyon spins up the detritus again. What is... Oh. So we're going to have to get rid of that the old-fashioned way. No, we don't want to discard that. We already said that. All right. Dolphin's not on the night. Well, unless he's on his channel, Morph. All right. Okay, there's that. Well, we have 2 card plays from SwiftBot, so might as well do that. All the brainstorms. Hey, Mr. Chomps. He was in the opening sequence. And yet somehow... Nope. Dolphin's Dive was Thursday. Is Thursdays. So we are doing Wraith's Wedding here tonight on Tales from the Archive. Just trying to get some bots built. I should probably read what they do. I mean, that's pretty good. But I'm going to go with Champion Bot here in this instance. And a bunch of energy damage. And then Mr. Chomps, finally realizing what had happened, bites Omnitron in the face. Or in the eye socket. Yeah. Do exactly what we did last turn. Everybody but Legacy will draw a card. Finding things in the dump seems to be everybody else's thing. Legacy, on the other hand, chooses to stand in front of Omnitron and wrestle with its arms, trying to keep it off the other heroes while they do their work. Yep. Do I want to discard that? Yeah, I feel like there's better stuff I can get. No, I don't want to discard that. I can discard that. That's not relevant. Story reasons, Morph. No. Yeah. Mr. Chomps, be careful. Remember not to chomp the red wire this time. Alright. Realizing that his teammates were we're getting to the point where they were out of the dark. Legacy smashes the drone hard. Ah, yes, it's the interpolation thing again. He might be colorblind. 7. We'll wait. Tachyon accelerates to a... Oh, wait. Okay, that... It would help if I paid attention to what he was immune to. I think Tachyon says, I can't find anything in this mess! Accelerating to an alarming speed and digging through the detritus once again. Alright, melee. Okay, cool. Cold Snap is an option. Unfortunately, this subroutine is really getting on my nerves. So I guess I will do Cold Snap. And hope we can get rid of... People are calling for Fueled Freeze. Oh, actually, yeah, Fueled Freeze. That's the card I was looking for. Thank you, Seamus Butler. Looking for that last turn. I'll be honest. And somehow I couldn't find it. Because I wasn't looking hard enough, apparently. There we go. That's more like it. Well done, Ryan. Thought you might like that. Cool off, robot. We got the workbench. Drawing cards. Unity considers her options again. Let's see. Well, I could repair everything. She runs around the room, doing her best to repair as many of her drones as possible. This causes a shockwave to emerge, ricocheting around Tachyon's speed barrier. The metal kicked up by Tachyon's speed and the repair energy creates yet another platform bot. Mr. Chomps takes one last bite out of Omnitron and drops him to the floor. Legacy rips a chunk of the once again fallen form of Omnitron before kicking it into the incinerator. Remind me never to hand over arbitrary chunks of fallen enemies to Ekin Rubendal or Riva Corp next time. He lays all of his strength into a small hunk of the metal and bends it into the shape of a ring. Ryan Frost approaches and hands over a polished gemstone glowing faintly brown and green, and using a small amount of flame fixes the stone into place. Unity runs an electrical current through the ring and declares that any presence of sentient AI is no longer present. If Wraith needs to neutralize anything either, she can just punch it really hard and the current will discharge into her target. It works a lot like her stun bolt, only better because I made it. As she says so, a flap opens up on the front door of the tower and some mail falls through. Mr. Chomps happily runs over with his arms outstretched and tries to pick it up, becoming disappointed when he realizes that his arms are too short and his nose reaches the letter first. Tachyon whizzes by and seizes the letter, sending Mr. Chomps sprawling away into a nearby trash can. The panel cuts to a shot of Tachyon reading the letter at breakneck speed. You're invited, who is, to a party in advance of the upcoming nuptials for Maia Montgomery to be held at blah blah blah. What is this nonsense? She tosses the letter aside, and it falls in Unity's lap. Meredith, I think this is an information to her bachelorette party? Tachyon busies herself with some research and asks, what on earth do we need to go to that for? I can adjust the tolerance of the high-energy cutting laser to account for the differences in wavelength produced by the biomechanical spectral conjugulator, and I can make a reasonable facsimile of myself appear instead. She abruptly speeds out of the room and is back before Unity can come up with a reasonable excuse. Besides, aren't those things usually attended by people in the wedding party? Wraith hasn't asked any of us to be... Oh. Unity shoves the paper in front of Tachyon, and the panel shows a postscript inviting the two of them to be bridesmaids. Tachyon unexpectedly wells up and excuses herself. Several panels indicate a few days going by, with Tachyon becoming more and more of an emotional mess, and Unity becoming increasingly tired of the display, culminating with the two of them sitting in an awkwardly pink bar in downtown Megalopolis, surrounded by Maia Montgomery in a lopsided tiara, Dana Bertrand, Felicia, and Senator Parsons, and a character that my stream operatives think is Sarah Scott, although only the back of her head is ever shown, and we're not sure on the timeline if she would have been dead by this time or not. Unity looks around and notices an unusual number of disturbing-looking people in the room. She hardly has time to process this when she hears a familiar voice coming from the doorway. And then, get this, he comes out wearing a sieve as a face mask. I mean, really? Floating bread? How? What the? So game 2 tonight is, of course, the bachelorette party. Yes, Cytosine, it is the Wraith's bachelorette party. So our hero team, this time, we see the Wraith, Tachyon and the Emotional Mess, Unity, and Young Legacy. And it is a team villain game. And we are going to see the females come to play. We're going to see Ermine, Misinformation, the Operative, and Le Capitan walking into a bar. And the bar is, of course, in downtown Megalopolis. Now, because people are asking, those of you who got here after my intro, my wedding is next weekend. So that's kind of what's on my head right now. And a few years ago, my buddy Doug, my podcast partner, got married, and I was flat broke because I just didn't have any money because I was working a rather dead-end job. So my solution was to create wedding promos for Sentinels of the Multiverse, because at the time we were playing a weekly game. And I'm going to cut back to my cam-only screen for just a minute so you guys can see this. These are the wedding promos that I made. So that's the Wraith in a wedding dress, and that's really what inspired this story. So it's the wedding of Maia Montgomery. And now that I've mentioned it, Emotional Mess Tachyon, I kind of want to do that as another promo. So yeah, we made the wedding promos there's a copy for me, a copy for Doug, a copy for my friend Eric, who wrote the rules for them, and we gave Adam a copy as well. And Adam actually turned me on to Manga Studio after that. So yeah, here we are. So we're about to get into game 2, and let's see what happens with the bachelorette party. I've already put it away. Hold on. No, the powers are different. Actually, I'll go ahead and read you the powers that we wrote for. So there's one for Wraith, who was Doug's wife's character. It says the power is called a Bride Scorned. The power says, look at the top card of the villain deck. You may place it on the bottom of the deck. And the in cap says, one hero regains 1 hit point, destroy an environment card, or discard the top card of the environment deck. And the other one we did, because Doug's favorite hero at the time was the Argent Adept. I've got to find his thing in my kit here. Where is he? Oh. He might be in a different box, which would be disappointing. Oh, no, here he is. So the Argent Adept one looks like this. And it says, Wedding Bells, power, look at the top card of the environment deck. You may activate the perform text of a rhythm card. And the in-cap says, one player may draw one card now, increase all sonic damage by 1 until the start of your next turn, or put a hero card from play on top of its owner's deck. So that's those are the wedding promos we did for Doug's wedding. Oh, get out of my way. Ow! Marvel as I knock everything around. Alright, so here we go. Back to the game. Wraith is going to start out with Inventory Barrage, Mega Computer, Throat Jab, and Throwing Knives. Tachyon is going to start out with Fleet of Foot, Lightspeed Barrage, Pushing the Limits, and Synaptic Interruption. Young Legacy is going to start out with Bolster Allies, Inspiring Presence, Lead from the Front, and the Legacy Ring. And Unity is going to start with Bebot, Brainstorm, Robot Reclamation, and Volatile Parts. Darren, to answer your question, yes, we did playtest them. We got... Eric ran... probably... at the time, all we had was, I think, Rook City expansion, so Eric just cranked through a bunch of different games with his roommates and the people at his store nearby. So they were play tested. I'm obviously not perfectly, and they haven't been play tested with anything post Rook City, so they're probably not balanced. But do I know how far CT is to completion or the solo hero themes? Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Constant Prattle, Twisted Reality, Altered Fates. A fight breaks out in the bar. All right. Well, she's not using that anytime soon. Bursts. Oh, man, that's... All right. I don't like having to do that, but... What is CT? Am I just having a massive brain fart? Celestial Tribunal. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Sorry. All right, so thinking here. So this is just an all-out battle. There's no real story going on here. It's just a bar fight. So I'm actually going to take this game, or I'm going to try and pay at least some level of attention to this game. Alright, so throwing knives it is. That's annoying. Throat jabbing misinformation seems like a good idea. Stop dealing damage. What's a bar fight without knife? You know, I considered knife for this one, Seamus Butler, but I couldn't figure out how to work her into the plot. Like, I was like, Wraith's not likely to invite knife to be part of her wedding party? Most ongoing, well, alright, Legacy's the most able to take that. Alright, pushing the limits and Synaptic Interruption. Oh, knife is going to be at the wedding. That's true, knife doesn't need to be invited to a bar. That's very true. Oh, Chiquito not letting Tachyon get set up is bad news bears. Alright. Alright, reveal the top card of each hero deck, discard any one-shots, put the others back on top. Okay. That's fine. That's good to know. Okay. Yep. So this is a thing that happens. Sweet. Pushing her mother out of the way, young Legacy takes to the skies and glares menacingly at misinformation. No, I'm not having Spite Agent of Gloom crash the ceremony. I did consider it. Actually, that was in the original plot outline. Yes, but it's October by letters page standards. What do we have in play that she can destroy, if anything? We don't have anything for her to destroy this turn. So, Brainstorm it is. Okay, there we go. Now we got stuff to blow up. What is Lead Shuriken doing? Is that... Okay. So maybe there's something... What is... Okay. Next time... Okay. Alright. So that's disappointing. So I guess we just do nothing. And we don't have anything to destroy. So Unity's just taken by surprise, has no idea what's going on. And there's a plummeting monorail. Lovely. What's this targeting? It's October until Christmas Eve. I agree, Cool's Champion. Thank you. One player. Put a card from their hand on top of their deck. Unity, I guess. And she can put the... Actually, Supply Crate's fine. Man. But Movember? Speaking as someone who is physically incapable of growing facial hair, Movember does not interest me. Alright, so misinformation can deal damage now. That's annoying. Yep, that happens. November and Thanksgiving. Getting rid of her seems like a great idea. Altered Fates is so annoying. Okay, alright. There's some draws. Yeah, Black Friday can go to wherever holidays... Holidays? go when they are strictly not wanted. Two bursts, so that's not the greatest. That's pretty good. Well, at least Altered Fate's not hitting Tachyon anymore. Put in the trash, so that needs to go in the trash quickly. Okay. And then we can play another card. That seems quite good, although actually Sonic Vortex may just be better, because now there's a bunch of bursts kicking around. That allows me to hit like Capitan, but Greengrocer is a pain in the butt. All right, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, that's a great question. Cult of Gloom. Cult of Gloom's got to be like in the Arctic or something. You know, that's where you'd summon Ithaqua, I suppose. So maybe they're battling with the Cult of Ithaqua right now. Two targets at the highest. Is that gonna? Please tell me that's gonna be. Oh, it sure is. And we'll do this. Minnesota. I mean, okay, that's fair. No. Yes, I have friends from Minnesota, and it can be cold there. It can be cold there. That's annoying. Alrighty. Should we Inspire? Should we Thok? Should we Legacy Ring? We're going to Inspire. Yeah, that's just frustrating is what that is. But we can 86 Misinformation right here, right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Bye-bye. Legacy takes to the skies and smashes Misinformation into the ground. I thought Dad told you to get out of the office and get out of Megalopolis. Alright. A construction pylon will be real good here. Unity rips a panel off the bar wall and uses it to fabricate a platform bot and a B-bot. The platform bot takes aim and wipes out Chiquito. Who's gonna crash the wedding? Who indeed, Cult of Gloom? I mean, obviously we've done the proposal, or the engagement. We've done the bachelorette party. The wedding has to be next. Taking all bets. Each hero, at the end of the environment turn, one player may discard one card to destroy this card. Yes, Tachyon will happily discard a burst card. Ermine. Okay. No problemo. Well, that's annoying, but this is fine. It will deal damage to Ermine. Well, no, the Capitan. And then destroy a card. So, Constant Prattle's really annoying. Yaido Practitioner. Reduce damage by the dealt by the Operative. The first time it... Oh, that's not relevant at the moment. Although it might be with the bots in play. That's really annoying. Epic Vulcan says Wager Master. Cool's Champion says Apostate. We shall see. We shall see. Wraith starts cobbling Wraith picks up the electronic payment device on the table at the bar and cobbles it into a micro-targeting computer. She also brings her utility belt to bear. Oh, here's the stun ring. The Operative deals bunches of damage. She lashes out with the stun ring and smashes the Operative, sending electricity coursing through her body. Each player discards one and draws one. Alright. Discard that, draw a card. Cool! Discard that, draw a card. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you, misinformation. Get rid of that. Draw something different. Yeah. Discard that. Draw something different. Awesome, I guess. Yep. So push, synaptic, dig. Tachyon pushes the limits of her speed and creates another sonic barrier. If it worked against Omnitron, it can work against 3 B-grade villains. Destroy here, go on going hard. If a card is destroyed this way. Alright. Yep, that'll happen. Oh, Chiquito's back. Most cards in hand. I guess it'll be Wraith. Chiquito reappears and steals Wraith's infrared eyepiece. That little monkey is back again, says Legacy, lashing her arms out randomly, trying to catch the monkey thing. In her effort, she manages to thwack Chiquito in the face. Well, she manages to thwack Chiquito, but he manages to duck out of the way quickly. I don't know. Words. Frustrated that she misses, she glares at him again, and he runs and hides through a time portal. Okay. Yep, nothing happens. Hooray for Stunbolt. Well, there's nothing great here, so I guess it's double draw time. Why do bars not have robotic components anymore? This monorail has been wonderfully helpful. Oh, traffic pileup. That's not fun. Cards can't be played? Is that what that says? Yeah. Oh, draw cards. Okay, that's fine. We're set up. It can be Legacy. That's fine. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's right. Platform bot does the thing. Okay. Sweet. Okay, that's not so sweet. It's the hotspot, and that's coming from which deck? The Capitan. Oh, she's about to die anyway. Wraith continues. Oh, right. Oh, okay, yeah. Wraith continues messing with things and eventually has her little payment device turned into a huge mega computer on top of the table. The table groans under the weight of it, but Wraith doesn't seem to mind. And reaches out and jabs Ermine in the throat. Ripping the shuriken out of Ermine's throat, she once again punches the Operative with her shock ring and launches a shuriken blast at Le Capitan. Although Ermine might be better for extra damage. Now, Le Capitan's annoying. Wraith might drop here, but everybody else seems okay. Not being able to draw cards is annoying. Cult of Gloom is calling progeny. Oh, that'd be one heck of a wedding interruption. All right. Yep. Redirect to Le Capitan and call it good. Take that, ma'am. Yeah, we can take the damage here. Hypersonic. This will allow us to efficiently dispatch things. We got 10 burst cards. That'll allow us to kill someone. Sweet. How about we get rid of the person who's coming up next? Bye-bye, Operative. And I guess Research Grant. It's fine. Oh yeah, you can't draw cards anyway. Whatever. The Capitan, one hero ongoing isn't... Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Alright. Thok. Taking her to 4. And, finalement, the Atomic Glare. With one final Atomic Glare, Pauline Felicia Parsons sends Ermine running from the bar. Alright. 2 for 2 so far. A month goes quickly by following the unusual events at the bachelorette party. The next thing we see is the outside of a castle on the outskirts of Rook City. Heroes from all over the multiverse are converging and walking in the front gate. We see Captain Cosmic land and adjust his suit. He shakes hands with the Argent Adept, and the two walk into the front doors. A sign in the background says, "Tonight, the wedding of Maia Montgomery and Tyler Vance. Tomorrow, bingo." Trust the Wraith to pick the creepiest church in the history of organized religion. Anthony Drake rolls his eyes. Aye, it's like we're walking into a bloody tomb. Oh, that's Scottish. Hold on. Aye, it's like we're walking into a bloody tomb, agrees Captain Cosmic, checking his tie once again. I trust you've got some sort of plan if this turns into a mess. Anthony looks up. Hugh, I've been asked to create music for this nightmare. Tyler made me promise I wouldn't stop that for anything. Hugh chuckles. Guess we're up a creek then. They walk inside and find a large array of heroes, including everyone from Guise to Expatriette, with Setback feebly trying to tape a hymnal back together, already sitting. They shake hands again, and Anthony departs for a side room, while Hugh takes a seat near Haka and Fnatic in the back. Soon enough, Tyler appears on stage, flanked by Legacy, Absolute Zero, and a man in a military haircut. The Argent Adept appears on the aside the front of the room and sighs. He raises his hands and begins to play several instruments at once. Hugh relaxes somewhat, as first Tachyon, a little too fast, and still blubbering about some sort of emotional nonsense, then Unity, then Legacy's daughter walk down the aisle, and finally Wraith herself in a simple wedding dress makes her way to the front. Seconds later, a man in priestly garb appears from a door in the front of the room. He is carrying a strange staff. and upon seeing him, Fanatic's wings stiffen, and it's all Haka and Ra can do to keep her from shouting out. A narration picks up from Captain Cosmic as the shot gets closer and closer to the man with the staff. I guess Fanatic was right to be upset. We should have done something, or even let her loose. Weddings are funny things. Everyone gets so tied up with relative calm and togetherness that sometimes we fail to see what's right in front of our eyes. So game 3, I did my best to make this happen, but yeah, I did want Knife to appear in this story. Let's see, who called it? I know someone called it here. Cool's Champion had it absolutely correctly. It is Apostate as the villain, appearing where the Idolater once stood. And the hero team in this one is the Freedom 5, trying to defend Bunker and Wraith's wedding. And it says, of course, Freedom 5 Annual, so that makes sense. And, of course, Creepy Church could be none other than the Cult of Blood, or the Court of Blood. Cult of Gloom. I also want to know why there was a Villainous Girls Night Out there. Someone wants to write that, go for it. But here we go. Game 3. And as per usual, I apologize on behalf of my terrible accents. I know they're really pathetic. Yeah, so here we go. Apostate. Legacy, starting out with Heroic Interception, Inspiring Presence, Next Evolution, and the Legacy Ring. Wraith, starting out with Mega Computer, Razor Ordnance, Smoke Bombs, and Stun Bolt. Tachyon, starting out with Accelerated Assault, Blinding Speed, Nimble Strike, and Synaptic Interruption. Bunker, with Decommissioned Hardware. Is that decommissioned or recommissioned? Decommissioned, yeah, okay. Gatling Gun, Grenade Launcher, and Turret Mode. And Absolute Zero with Cold Snap, Cryo Chamber, Glacial Structure, and Isothermic Transducer. Alright, here we go. Here's Condemnation. Periaptive Woe. Gross. Alright. Heroes, to battle! We can't let this wedding not happen. It's too important to our teammate. Now, obviously, I wish I could have a Wedding Day promo or a Bride Scorned promo, but I was not able to convince John. Hashtag blame John. I wasn't able to convince him to give me a random promo for one day. But let's start things off with some shurikens. Shurikens and lightning. We've taken him down before. Oh, hold on. Wrong character. We've taken this guy down before. We can do it again. Let's see. What did we do last time? That might get through? Sure, let's give it a try. Yep. There we go. Sonic Vortex will be nice later. Migrant P has no romance in his heart. Oh, that's mean, Cytosine. The bunker suit produces a grenade launch. Or Tyler runs for the bunker suit and smashes down a wall. He's already armed himself with a grenade launcher, firing once at Condemnation and once at Apostate. Ryan activates the isothermic transducer in his suit and vents and deals himself some heat damage, some fire damage. The suit reacts appropriately and blasts a jet of cold at condemnation. Cult of Gloom challenge accepted. We'll see what we can do. If it comes down, like if she drops first, obviously that's not going to happen. But hey, Runes of Malediction and Corrupted Effigy, lovely. All right, what do these do? Reduce damage to relics by 2. That's rude. Move 5. Okay, so we should do that now. Okay. Runes appear on the side of the temple. And start glowing. Apostate's eyes match the color. Yes, welcome Princess and Cool. Princess and Cool's champion. Great for you guys. I'm really excited that you guys would be here. You know, as I say at the top of the stream, none of this is like official canon, but these are Sentinel Comics stories as I feel they should be told. So there you are. What do I have in the bin here? 1. Oh, that's not exciting. Unhallowed Halls. Non-vampires cannot regain hit points. Targets cannot deal radiant damage. Increase all infernal by 1. Well, it's not hurting us at the moment, so let's just fire up a Synaptic Interruption. It's not helping. I mean, maybe it is. Ah, yeah, see, there you go. We drew Lightspeed Barrage instead. Perfect. Just like we planned it. That's fine. Yeah. Everyone out of the way. I'm going to vent the bunker suit. The heroes dive out of the way. Yet Apostate and his relics cannot get out of the way fast enough. Bunker's best man was Legacy. I guess I didn't really make that obvious. I was kind of going for ambiguity on that. But yeah, I made it Legacy because why not? Legacy's a cool... Like, if you're friends with Legacy, why wouldn't you make him your best man? You know what I mean? Drawing cards is great, but Cold Snap is awesome too. Oh, we're doing a pretty okay job here. Of course, this is going to be like Blood Countess Bathory or something like that. Alright, that's just a card that hangs out. Well, Bunker has a giant suit too. Like, I mean, a freight train and a tux. I should add that to my list of things I need to draw. Is this it? Yeah. So we needed Emotional Mess Tachyon, freight train and a tux. All right. No, he's not getting married in the suit, but he does have a suit, you know. That sure is a thing. Oh, something gets destroyed. Well, that's rude. I guess Cold Snap. That's frustrating. All right. Watching the imp take the Cold Snap away from Cold Snap module, or the Cold Snap away from Absolute Zero, Legacy gets frustrated and smashes it with a Thok. Takedown, nice. Ryan, you gotta be faster than that. You can't let those imps take things from you. Ryan grits his teeth as As he grumbles, "Don't you think I know that?" Stun bolt, because then you have it, I guess. He thought without a thought. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, I could just get rid of this, but it's not exciting. That's slightly more exciting, I guess. Tachyon is a blur of speed around the room. And what? Wedding mode bunker suit. Okay. And a top hat. Yes, absolutely top hat. No, we'll keep that around. That'll be useful later on. All right. It's additional power. The bunker suit continues its ventilation and launching of grenades ad nauseum at Apostate. Yeah, Cytosine's in top form tonight. Oh my goodness. Tachyon speeds out of the room and is back within seconds with Ryan Frost's cryo chamber. He nods, knowing exactly what to do. Okay. Oh dear. This isn't gonna... no. My. That gave us a pounding. Alright. To honor, cherish, and further your father's legacy. Oh no. The divorce. Well, Cult of Gloom, you'll see how this one ends. It's not really the happily ever after that I think. Because remember, this takes place in the middle of... you'll see. You'll understand in a minute. What's... is it tone? Oh. Nope, not drawing cards. Okay. Utility belt. That seems quite strong. We'll start here. Then we'll stun bolt. Get that. Oh, condemnation's back. Okay. Okay. Now, Cult of Gloom challenged me to let Wraith do the final damage here. This is her day after all, so here we go. Let's see if I can make this happen. Don't kill him. Thank you. Nope. Doesn't matter. I gotta get condemnation out of there, though. That's the thing that has to happen. Right? Because... if he's got relics banging around, you can't beat him. So, I guess we're going to turret mode up. Hit it with the grenade launcher. Hit her. And then stop dealing damage. Based on the fact that Condemnation's still around, and we're going to draw a card instead. Glacial Structure. But we'll go ahead and try and get rid of Condemnation here. No, it's not quite there. Not quite enough. That's alright. We can get it. I think. I hope. A 78 Chevy steering wheel. Dame Katarina. Blows up that. Alright. Okay. Alright. Pilfer. That's fine. We can handle that. He's going to take... Oh! This is perfect! Hey! Wait! Give that back! I was supposed to carry that for the groom! Legacy is running all over the room, running around with Bunker's ring that he mistakenly put on thinking it was the Legacy ring. Setback rolls his eyes in the audience. Now I know what I look like. Knowing that the fight was almost at an end, Wraith drops smoke bombs. Reaches out with a stun bolt and smashes the Pilferer. Then launches a final Razor Ordnance shot at Apostate. As the smoke bombs cleared, Wraith and the now open Bunker suit are making out in the front of the church. There you go, folks. There is a perfect additional challenge accepted Freedom 5 mission. Now, of course, as always, we've got a backup story. The backup story tonight, for obvious reasons, is a Guise story. The illustration shows him pulling back the final page, revealing the panel where we saw him earlier sitting with the Scholar, Setback, and Expatriette. This time, of course, he isn't sitting, well, but everybody else is right where they were before. Hey, boys and girls! I bet you're wondering how I got invited to this little shindig. You must have been thinking, surely that buffoon couldn't have been actually on the guest list. And you're right, I wasn't. Scholar added me as his +1, figuring I needed to spend some time around other heroes. What a guy! I figured a superheroic wedding? How could I miss it? He's now pulled out a pointing stick and is gesturing wildly around as we see a lot of repeat panels right up until that extreme close-up of the idolater's face. Although, instead of both of his eyes being apostates this time, one of them is a bright blue color. Stop it here, thanks! See? This is right about where I figured out really what was going on. Yeah, that's right, me, Guise. Aren't I the best? It shows the same scene, but this time from the other perspective, as Guise opens up his bag of shenanigans. So I grabbed a few friends, hopped in the bag, and tried to deal with the obvious threat in my own way. You know, the best way. He picks up Scholar, Setback, and Expatriette as if they were cardboard cutouts, and stuffs them into his bag before climbing in himself. So, tonight's backup story, you guessed it, good old Wager Master. Oh dear. Setback, Expatriette, or Setback. Oh, he's at the very end. Setback, Expatriette, Guise, and the Scholar. There they are. And the environment, Time Cataclysm. Here we go. What do these old roommates have to do with each other this time? Make sure I'm covering labels here. There we go. Cobalt Kobold. So, I'm starting the game out with a gimmicky character, Abrasive Say Cheese, and selling out. My buddy the Scholar over there has an alchemical redirection, don't dismiss anything, mortal form to enemy or to energy, and transmutive recovery. That purple-haired weirdo has... I mean, she's got a bunch of guns, but right now she's carrying a flak jacket, reload, speed loading, and unload. A lot of loads. She's a giant load. Ah! Setback, that wacko in the yellow who's always making mistakes, he's got Cash Out, Plucky Break, Reckless Rush, and Silver Lining. I'm not going to do this whole episode as Guise. That would be miserable for my voice. I had a really nasty, allergy attack this morning. And so I'm honestly surprised that my nose isn't still dripping. I gotta say though, this particular set was a really, really fun one to research. At the end of the villain turn, each player may discard the top card of their deck. If 4 are discarded, flip it face down. If it, sure. This early in the game, I don't mind flipping that right over. And what else we got? Oh. I should really know what our conditions are here. If a hero card is on top of the villain deck, move it to the hero's trash, and Wager Master deals him a bunch of damage. And all right. What's the new deal? Each hero... At the end of the villain turn, each hero target deals with an even amount of hit points, deals itself 3 psychic damage. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that is definitely a thing that did happen more or less around here, side of scene. Although, really, the big one was right after I streamed last week. There was a huge rainstorm that I didn't even. I mean, I had my headphones on. I had no idea that it was going on, and then I went right to sleep. It washed out half the towns that I teach in, and we had the next 2 days off of school, and I was like, what? Because I had no idea that it was going on. JZ, did you guys get hit with that? I know you're nearby-ish to where I am. Wagelings are a possibility here. That's not the greatest. I guess we're just going to start dealing damage.
Yes, I'll take bruises for 600, please.
We'll just keep playing those. Oh, that selfie didn't come out well enough. Try again. Really? You're going to be that obnoxious? Fine, I'm just going to hit you. Yeah, that's true. It was weird. There was news footage of a literal house floating down the road, and I felt terrible for those people. They live very nearby the school I teach, or one of the schools I teach at. It was interesting. Let's go Mortal Form to Energy this turn. We'll Transmutive Recovery next turn. I hate fighting against this guy. Grumbles Expatriette. As she puts on her flak jacket. Maybe this will help. I guess speed loading? I mean... Without any gun... Okay, there's an assault rifle. That'll help. I guess I'm the leader here. That purple guy sure isn't doing any good. Setback gets a running start and tries his best to slam himself into Wagermaster, who blinks out of existence and causes Setback to fly off a ledge. He's rescued quickly by a floating platform in a plucky break. Oh. Okay. A Mars quake happens. Sure. That one. That's one I played just kind of for no reason anyway. This one will happen. Good gosh. Wow, Wagermaster's just doing all this stuff here. But hopefully we'll be able to use Marsquake to get rid of some of that. That'd be nice. I'm going to hit you with this thing. Before, you know, you hit me with stuff. Oh, hey, look. That's kind of neat. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice, too. All right. Getting rid of that would be really nice. All right, Setback, what do you got for us? That's not great. What's he got left? One? That's quite nice with the Scholar. He likes to draw cards. But unfortunately, I don't have enough tokens. That's, you know, wonderful and all, but yeah, I guess cash out is fine. Yep, there we go. 3 cards, okay. Discard 1. Two. 3. Everybody gains some health back. And there's Scholar dealing some damage. That's what we needed to see. And we'll go ahead and take another risk. Looking up. Nice. That's what we needed to see. Alright, Marsquake. Destroy a card. Well, that one. Unless there's something that's actively being worse. But right now I'm... Yeah, well... Yep. Okay, well, we got another one in hand anyway, so that's fine. Alright, Wager Master. Oh, good gosh. Another one? Ugh. So brutal. Okay, little blue guy.
Avenge me!
No! Heroes, help! Well, this is ugly. So many words on the back of his deck. It's ridiculous. One player discards exactly one card. If that discard card was a one-shot, may draw 2 cards. However, if it was an ongoing equipment, regains 2 hit points. And you know what? We're just going to get rid of that tumbleweed because it's looking at me. That tumbleweed is looking at me funny. Well, that was interesting. Get rid of that. Come on. I said get rid of that. Oh, that's quite nice. Can't deal damage. We like that. We'll go get Pride. But we'll shoot with the assault rifle so we can get rid of some of these wagelings. 1, 2. I know it's going to flip over. That's fine. Wager Master deals damage. He can't. Okay, that was rude. But he still can't deal damage, so that's nice. Yeah, it's very likely that that was a flesh child. Flesh child tumbleweed. Apparently, Biomancer's gotten himself into some weird stuff. At the end of the environment turn, each player must put 1 card from their hand on top of their deck. Okay. Fine. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wagelings are back. That's annoying. Who are you fighting? Well, that's not fun. So we need to get rid of that. Which I believe we can do. It's just a matter of time. Biomancer's got a Biomance. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, something about... Why does the environment keep looking at me funny? Alright. I know I'm taking a risk here, dropping him low, but I just feel like if we can pull a RPG launcher or something else to destroy... Well, it's not there, so that's good to know. There we go, Arsenal access. Alright, come on. Gotta find... Discard, no. Alright, we're gonna do a plucky break here. Okay. I think I just pulled what I needed. Let me actually read the text one. Looks, whoops, sorry. Yep. Destroy one ongoing or environment card. That'll get rid of who you're fighting. So hopefully if we can drop him low enough here. Oh, sweet. Another one. Nice. So survive this turn. Deal as much damage as possible next turn. Hey, look. That's looking at me funny, too. We can just destroy that by other means, by Guise, basically. Okay. New deal is annoying. Each player must destroy one of their ongoing or equipment cards. Alright. That is extremely frustrating. Yep. Hooray for liquid nitrogen rounds. That crushing hallway! Even that's looking at me funny. Am I just losing my mind? Mortal form of energy's gone. That would have been actually a reasonable thing to do when he had that card out, but we can just do it right here because we drew another one. So that's nice. So we need to go nuts, as nuts as we can here with damage. No guarantees. I don't know if... Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean an ancient blood mage isn't getting ready to murder you. Fair point. That's not what I need. Yeah, sure. Let's do hair trigger reflexes. And blast things with an assault rifle. Oh, hey, nice. An RPG launcher as well. That's great news. So we can get rid of it 3 times if we need to. So, whoops, sorry, I got in the way of your hair trigger reflexes. Let's pull him out. That way, if he draws... Oh, no. Yep, we'll just go like that. Nice. And... Come on. Yeah. Although putting more cards face down seems pretty good. Considering... Oh, who are we fighting is still kicking around. Did I not destroy it? Maybe I didn't. It's fine. Wager Master games are so weird. But Wager Master's starting to go insane because of this location. Ugh. That's really annoying. Very little way to Yes, I have had several that he's lost in setup. Oh my gosh. And that goes Setback. Well, we may not be taking this one, folks. I love destroying environment cards. They're so always there. That seems good. So that would have been good, you know, a billion years ago. Oops, wait, wrong one. Oh, whatever. That would also have been good. And, you know, all these great cards. Might as well take that "who are we fighting" out of here. If, you know, by some miracle... Oh, wait. Can it not be? Alright. So that just doesn't work, apparently. Flak Jacket it is. Oh, wait. That doesn't help either. Alright. We're just in a spot here. What does this do? No, that's not helpful either. So, no. Sure. We'll get random. Oh, lovely. Look, it's the unfun police. And there goes Expatriette. And Scholar is not going to be long for this world. And there we go. And that should explain to you why the Wraith's wedding was just so messed up. Because Guise and his team of ragtag buffoons was unable to take down Wagermaster. I'll be honest, I kind of expected it to go that way. Yeah, so there you are. I know it's a little bit early, but in the interest of finishing up some last-minute wedding planning, I think I am going to call it a stream. If you guys I really hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast of Tales from the Archive on Handelabra Games. If you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share our channel on social media and in person. You can follow Handelabra on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as Handelabra Games here on Twitch. If you want to see more content from me, including the Adjacent Hex podcast and the occasional sketch comedy video, facebook.com/Another Letdown is the place to be for that. If you have story submissions for me to tackle or just want to say hi, hit me up on Twitter. My name is @DENONCZD. You can also use the newly created Google form, which I've linked in the chat right now, to submit stories. The URL is in the chat. I also do live streams. Well, I like to do live streams on my channel, twitch.tv/Another Letdown. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus because things and stuff. But we are looking to get back to that very soon. We got a couple things in the pipeline. Sentinels of Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, and PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and as always, in good old-fashioned cardboard and ink. You can get the game and more information at sentinelsdigital.com. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll see you after I'm married.